Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is our last day of area of irregular or composite figures. So we are going to include our semicircles today. We've done perimeter of semicircles. So your area formula is up here at the top. And again, still applies that you divide your answer by 2 if you have a semicircle because it is half a circle. So we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. We're going to divide this up, if it's not already divided, into regular figures, which is your rectangles, your squares, triangles, semicircles, and so forth. And then find the area of each individual figure. Now, again, what I like to do is, how many figures do I have? My first figure here is a rectangle. My second figure here is a semicircle. So I need to find the area of each individual piece and then take those 2 areas, 3 areas, however many shapes you have, and add them together. Okay, so let's talk about our area. We have an area of a rectangle. That's our first figure. The area of a rectangle is base times height. So my base is 14, my height is 10, so my area is 140. Then I have my semicircle. So my semicircle, if you notice, it must be the radius. So if we're given a diameter of 14, then that means our radius is half of that, which is 7. Okay, so we're going to do pi times the radius squared. And remember, we're dividing by 2. Now remember, you have to square that 7 first. So you've got to do your 49, then multiply that by 3.14. That answer gets divided by 2. So that's going to give me an area of 76.93. So I'm going to take all of those pieces together and get a total area of 216.93 millimeters squared. Now, if you're rounding to the nearest tenth, then we're going to look at the number behind that, and we're going to get a total area of 216.9 millimeters squared. That 3 is not enough to round that 9 up, so we're going to leave it at 9. Okay. Our second figure has a lot more pieces here for us to deal with. So we've got, and I'm going to number them again, just like I did last time. We actually have 4 pieces. I'm going to label this 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. And this will be 4. Okay. Now, what I will tell you is we've got enough information for this and this. We don't have any information on the triangle to get its area. So we're going to have to find some missing measures. We did this with perimeter because we needed to find that hypotenuse so we could do the circumference of the semicircle. We're still going to have to find that hypotenuse in order to do the area of that circle because we have to have that radius. Okay. All right. So let's find those missing pieces first. Opposite sides are congruent. So if this is 12, then this is 12. If this is 16, then this is 16. So I have a leg and a leg. I can find the hypotenuse of my triangle, which also serves as the diameter to my semicircle. So let's go ahead and do our Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to do that down here. So I've got 12 squared plus 16 squared equals c squared. That's going to be 144 plus 256 equals c squared. So that's going to be 400 equals c squared. I have to take my square root because I just need c, and that's going to be 20. So I know now that this is 20. So I have everything that I need in order to find all the different areas. And I'm going to start with number 1. So my area for number 1 is a base and height. So that's going to be 16 times 12, or 12 times 16. It doesn't matter which way you do that. It's going to give you the same answer. That's going to give me 192. My second is the same exact rectangle as the first. It's a 16 by 12, which is still 192. My third is this triangle. Remember, your triangle is 1/2 your base times your height. So you're looking for the 2 legs that make that right angle. So it's 1/2 of 16 times 12. So you're going to multiply 16 times 12, take half of that. That's going to give me 96. And last is my semicircle. Now remember, this is a diameter of 20. I need my radius, so my radius is going to be 10. That's what I'm using in my formula because I can't use the diameter in my formula. So it's pi times our radius squared, and we're dividing it by 2 because it's half a circle. 10 squared is 100 times 3.14 divided by 2 gives me 157. So I'm going to add all of these pieces together and get a total area of 637. Now notice we don't have any units of measure, so I'm just going to write the word units, and area is always squared. Okay. And then last but not least, all right, we've got a semicircle and we've got this L shape. So we need to divide this. I'm going to go ahead and divide it across like this. So that does give me 3 shapes. I have a rectangle here, a square or rectangle there, and I have a semicircle here. So what do I have? I need to determine if I have everything that I need. I do have a base and a height for this rectangle. I do have a base and a height for this rectangle, so I can do that. And then also, this distance is the diameter of my semicircle. So I literally have everything that I need in order to find the area of each piece and then add together. So let's start with number 1 for our area. So our area is a 4 by 7 or 7 by 4. Doesn't matter which way you put it. Multiplication is commutative. That's going to be 28. My other rectangle is an 8 by 10. 8 by 10, which is 80. Now remember, this 12 is the entire distance. So that's why I'm not using that 12. Okay. And then the semicircle, I have a diameter of 10, which means my radius is going to be 5. And I need that for area. So my semicircle is 3.14 for pi times 5 squared. And then that answer is divided by 2. Remember, we 5 squared first, get 25. Multiply that by 3.14 and divide your answer by 2. You should get 39.25. All right, so let's get a total. And when we add all of these together, I should get 147.25 kilometers squared. We're rounding to the nearest tenth. We're going to take that 5. 5 or greater rounds that up to the next number. So it's 147.3 kilometers squared. So that is your total area of that figure. Okay, and that's all I have for today. You are going to be having a quiz up and coming, and then we're going to have our test. So please make sure you're joining the Google Meets. Remember, I'm available on a Google Meet now every day from 10 to 11. And then also on Thursdays, each class has their own designated time. We have a 20-minute section allotted for each class so that you can have a smaller group in case you need to ask questions in that time as well. Everybody have a great day and talk to you soon.